Sugali Sugweg, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Igutsununi, meaning that she's happy in the Oneida language. And on my YouTube channel, I talk about all the things that make me happy, whether that's beadwork, makeup, teaching, entrepreneurship, anything like that. Those are my vibe, and I love talking about them, and I love sharing about them. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to like and subscribe so you're notified when I upload in the future. And in this video, we are going to talk about 5 tips for beginners. A lot of girls on my, personal Facebook and socials that want to know, how do you get good at makeup? We see a lot of the Instagram makeup stars, and they are just stunner, right? They're just, to me, I'll start. I've linked a couple of videos where I talked about my makeup journey and how I got into makeup and how I've just become in love and obsessed with it. I also want to give you some tips and tricks on what I learned along the way. So if you're just starting out, or maybe you're thinking about it, then you know how to kind of get started. So my first tip is to get your makeup professionally done by a makeup artist, and then you'll know, you'll not only get to have the opportunity to ask them questions, general nice questions, but you can even say just ask them what they're using, and you'll know kind of what is a good match for you. So that's kind of how I started out getting into makeup. I got my makeup done at a wellness retreat, and I was just like, wow, this is literally magic. I'm like, what did she do to my face? It looks so, awesome. I just felt so confident and beautiful. And so I really dived in, and so that was my first tip. So try that out if you can afford it. If not, don't worry, there's a lot of makeup artists on YouTube. So that's my second tip. Surround yourself with beauty content. Maybe even before you start buying products. So look up people's holy grail products. If you want to see my holy grails, let me know in the comments, and I will make a video on that, because I think that's kind of where I started. I started looking up people's holy grail products because I start hearing all this terminology, and I think it was Brianna Fox. She had a video. If I can find it, I'll link it up. It's makeup terminology 101, because it's a whole other language. And it's really can be really hard to understand. It's baking, setting, all this stuff. That if you're not a part of the community or don't really have an understanding of what's going on, you're just like, what are they talking about? But anyways, so I started watching first makeup vocabulary videos, because I was like, what is this language? What are they saying? I'm like, how do I understand what they're talking about? And then I started watching specific tutorials. So I know I really wanted to I really loved brows, and I wanted to get into brows first. So that would be my third tip. Third tip is start with one item, something that you want to get. So maybe you want to learn how to do a flawless base. Maybe you want to do your brows. Maybe you want to learn eyeshadow or wing liner, or just different, those are kind of the harder parts, I guess, of it, having a good base and different applications. But so I started with watching a bunch of brow tutorials and learning the shape of your brow, learning the different brow products, and getting recommendations. And if there was common things that were coming up that girls kept talking about, I was like, oh, a lot of them are talking about that. You gotta be careful with that too, because they might all be paid sponsors to just promote products. So you want to kind of look at a wide variety of influencers too, not just the ones that are dishing out their Morphe codes to get you to buy stuff. Look at micro influencers too, like yours truly, because we're not paid, we're buying everything ourselves. Why would we want to say if something is good if it's not? We're trying to help you guys out. So yeah, definitely look at a wide variety of influencers or people on the internet who are reviewing products. And that's one thing I want to get a little bit more into. I want to review products because I want to trust myself on I always felt what do you know about makeup? I always have those negative thoughts that are just do you really know what you're talking about? And it's yeah, I've been doing this for 2+ years now, so I'm I feel I have a lay of the land, and and obviously people can, and that's the hardest part too. There's so much to learn in terms of makeup, your undertone, your all those different pieces, your eye shape, those all really help for for you to like get better at makeup too. So really being able to analyze your face and talk to people who are very educated in makeup theory. My fourth tip for you would be to find micro influencers or mid-sized influencers that have a similar skin tone to you. And that's why I started my channel, because it was really hard for me to find brown girls. Like I was like, where are all the brown girls? Like a lot of the girls I was watching were not brown. Though Juicy Jazz was one girl who did a lot of drugstore tutorials that I would watch, and she is Latinx, I believe, and or Hispanic, and so we had similar complexions, but still wasn't the same. To me it wasn't the same. But like it depends what also kind of makeup you're looking into. If you're you want to just do drugstore makeup, there are a lot of beauty channels that are dedicated just to drugstore, and looking up dupe videos, so like all the high-end videos, because I like it all. That's the hard part. Like if I can find a good drugstore item and it works good as well as a high-end product, I'm like, yeah, dang, like let's go. But I also like to be bougie once in a while too. So fifth and final tip, if you're just getting started in makeup, is to have fun and to not don't judge yourself too harshly. A lot of times when we get started at something, we expect it to be perfect right away, and it's not reality. And sometimes people give up because they're like, oh, this doesn't look good. Like it took me a long time to learn how to get to where I love my makeup. Like I love the way that I put it on, and it doesn't matter if someone thinks I should be doing something differently. It doesn't matter. Like what I do and what I like on my face is my business. So remember that. Have fun, and keep learning, keep trying new things. If there is different techniques you want to try, keep trying and learning, because there's so much to learn. And that's my favorite part about it, because every time I feel like I'm like, oh yeah, like I've learned that, like, and now it's like, oh, but there's more stuff. There's more new things. Hope you found those 5 tips helpful for you getting started in your makeup journey. If you have any other specific questions or comments or anything you want to talk about, please let me know in the comment box. I am so excited. I love talking to you guys. I don't have that many people in my real life that I can just, talk makeup to, so I love building a community with you guys and talking about makeup. So if you made it to this far in the video, can you drop me a lipstick emoji in the comments, because I would love that. And I hope you have a wonderful day or night or wherever you are. I hope it's wonderful, and we'll see you